Hi, it's Rich. August 24th, 2022. Tonight is the night of my late mother's memorial service. It's already been an emotional day so far, and I know it's going to continue to grow from a trickle to a waterfall. But there's lessons to be learned. My mother went through a horrifying childhood, but she didn't let it negatively change her in life. Maybe she didn't get the results that many people want nowadays of, comfort and pleasure and money and all these kinds of things. I'm sorry, Mom, that I never asked you what was most important to you in life. But looking back, I can think about it. Love. Loving people. Making sure everybody knew that somebody cared about them. Whether it was the birthday cakes, cupcakes, cards, or the things you did just to brighten somebody's day. As I sit here contemplating what I'll say tonight, the many things that come up are things like, what did Mom pass on to me? What did she teach me besides how to break a yardstick over your son's butt? At which I laughed until Dad came home. But other things she taught me is how to be independent, how to do things yourself, how to try, at least try. From the woman that always wanted a skylight in her kitchen. And the one day I came home and opened up the front door of the split level home we lived in, and I saw sky and trees. Oh boy. Dad was out of town. He was at a conference, one of the rare conferences he ever went to. And Mom was putting in her skylight. Well, Mom did it herself, which then brought many hilarious incidents throughout the rest of the time that skylight was still installed. Eventually, I went down and bought 2 professional panels at Home Depot and installed them myself, and the hilarity ended, but the memories still remain. Like the time I was awakened or disturbed in the middle of the night. I can't remember if I was asleep yet or not, but it's about 12:30 one night, and my mother was upstairs in the kitchen. And I came from my bedroom downstairs up the first flight of stairs to that same entrance where I saw the initial hole in the roof when Mom was putting in the skylight she always wanted. She was putting in her false studs and sheetrock and so forth. Her idea of a skylight was she wanted big, lots of light, lots of sky, and in Washington State, lots of water leaking through her skylight. But the hilarity that I'm recalling this moment was Mom standing in the kitchen at 12:30 in the morning, middle of the night, lights turned on, and she's holding a broom and she's yelling and screaming. I don't know about screaming, but she's very upset with the raccoon that is staring down through her skylight and tearing up her flashing, and she's shaking her broom at this raccoon and yelling at it. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing? That raccoon's up there yelling at his buddies. Hey, guys, come look. There's this crazy redhead down here shaking a broom at me on the other side of this glass. Doesn't she know that I'm not afraid of fighting with wolves? And she thinks I'm going to be afraid of some broom? Of which then her young son said, Mom, why don't you just go grab the gun? One shot, nobody's going to know where it came from. Just make sure you aim along the roof line. It'll shoot upward. You hit one, possibly you'll scare the rest away. Yeah. Fortunately, my mother was more mature and wiser and did not go grab the gun. Now, I have some other family relatives that live in a different state. It's a little warmer than us. Possibly that's what they might have done. Although this relative, she would have probably put in some professional panels in the first place. But yeah, so eventually that's what I did for, I can't remember if it was a birthday or Mother's Day. I went down and bought some skylight panels and went up and closed in some of her skylight, unfortunately, but I made one that didn't leak. And the ones I put in, she could actually open and close a vent and to let heat out and so forth. So I tried to be a loving son. But that's just one of the many hilarious memories I have of my mother. Or my mother loved my sister's car she had. She had I think it was a 73 Fiat X19. And my mom bought it and she complained about the window regulators being hard to crank the windows up and down. Until one day, I found out my mother's out there with some cable that she'd purchased at one of the hardware stores, and she was respooling her window regulator. It was a pulley and cable system. I think it had 6 or 8 pulleys, and this stubborn Irish-German red-headed woman did it herself. And guess what? They worked. It must be where I get it from. Mom was never afraid to try. At least try it yourself. If you had to get professional help, that's fine. You'll see a counselor, and your children could suffer through counseling for decades and finally become healthy. No, I'm kidding. They try to stop crying. But that was Mom. The same mom that's out pulling berry vines and things in the backyard. Tore a muscle in her shoulder. Can't remember if it was her right or left, probably her right, and it's rather interesting. I, too, tore my right shoulder. Had to have my rotator cuff reattached. Other memories I have of Mom is being out at the ocean with the camper, and Mom's there dropping these crabs into a pot of boiling water, and they're screaming as they go in. Just, yum, love crab. I can't say that as a young child I helped catch any crab because I wouldn't go in the water at the ocean. I was terrified. My brother and sister all laughing at me. I was scared of any little living creature that would get under my feet. But this is about Mom. A woman that wanted to share love with people. A lesson that's taken me decades to learn.